What's good, YouTube? B2CRAZY here, back with another banger. Hey, today we got 10 terrifying crime cases of 2024. We're going to be watching this from watchmojo.com. Do get at him, do subscribe there. And we're just going to jump straight into this video, so let's go.
It was a packed courtroom which included religious leaders and advocates calling for a safer subway system after this crime shocked the city.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're breaking down the darkest, most disturbing crimes to have taken place in 2024. Given the extremely sensitive nature of the events to follow, viewer discretion is strongly advised.
All I have heard is that they were a very reclusive family and they didn't really talk to people, so people that live around him don't really know them.
The Easter Sunday heist.
We are also following developing news.
Yo, a heist on Easter, bro. We're already getting straight into it. A heist on Easter. Are we hearing this right? Bro, you're supposed to be preaching the gospel. What are we doing? What? Yo, that is wild.
In San Fernando Valley.
Authorities are trying to track down the thieves who stole tens of millions of dollars in cash from a business on Easter Sunday. KTLA5's Karina Winter live in Silmar with
tens of millions of dollars on God's holiday.
More on how all this went down.
This Los Angeles robbery,
that's
which
wild,
took place
bro.
In the early hours of March 31st, reads like something out of a Hollywood heist.
Oh, y'all can't hear the video that good. Hold on. Hold on.
Anything but.
There we go. Y'all can
no
hear it
one was
now.
injured or killed, but the burglar's haul of $20 million joins the exclusive but disreputable club of biggest ever heists carried out on American soil.
This may have been the area those thieves actually walked through to get onto the property. It's a lot more remote here. It's actually right up next to a mobile home park. And take a look off into the distance. That's the hole that they entered through. A short time ago, we saw workers out here patching that spot.
The subject of the theft was a Garda World facility in Silmar, the northernmost city in LA County, located in the San Fernando Valley. Authorities later determined that the thieves entered through the roof and managed to avoid triggering
Oh,
any
so they on some
alarms.
motherfucking
If nothing
special
else,
agent
the
type
perpetrators
stuff.
were
Bro, they went through the roof to get over $10 million on Easter, bro.
extremely careful about covering their tracks. As of 2025, the crime remains unsolved.
They will try to determine who had access to the facility, who was aware.
Did he just say in 2025 this still remains unsolved?
Covering their tracks. As of 2025, the crime remains unsolved.
They will try to determine who had access to the facility,
away with
who was aware
millions
of
and
the
millions
schedule
of dollars.
that knew the money would be in the facility and how long it would be, the security around the facility, and how much time they would have to be able to gain access and be able to move that large amount of money.
It was an inside job. Had to have been. Simple. Inside job.
Tuskegee University.
In response to the shooting, Tuskegee's president says a new head of security is already on the job, although he did not give any details.
We also learned today Tuskegee is no longer an open campus. Students, faculty, and staff will be required from now on to show ID.
As devastating and destructive as they continue to be, there still exists confusion and confoundment as to what to do about mass shootings in the United States. Tragically and predictably, incidents such as these will appear more than once in our video today. Case in point, the November Tuskegee University shooting, in which one person died and 16 more were injured.
It's always, you know, that you're going to leave Tuskegee knowing that you had a good time.
Tate says she is still in shock after witnessing a shooting on campus Sunday morning. She still has a scrape on her knee where she tried to escape the chaos.
What should have been a joyful celebration was cut short in an instant. The shooting occurred as...
Why'd she put that little ass band-aid on that big ass wound?
Yeah.
What should have been a joyful celebration was cut short in an instant. The shooting occurred as Tuskegee's 100th homecoming celebration was coming to an end, and gunmen fired at on-campus apartments at roughly 2 a.m. Two suspects...
Watch this.
Fuck ass!
I used to hate shaving. The burn, the bumps, the
were arrested, and the...
Hey, if y'all are still watching right now, do hit that like button, do hit the sub button for me. I'm trying to grow my audience, grow my sub count, so that would really help.
Parents of Latavion Johnson, who was killed, filed a lawsuit against the university, one of the shooters, and more.
The lawsuit also names the former chief of the Tuskegee University's police department, 2 security companies, and an employee of one company.
Joliet, Illinois.
The Will County coroner identifying the victims as the suspect's mother, 47-year-old Tamika Nance, his aunt, 38-year-old Christine Esters, who's a corrections officer at the Joliet Treatment Center, also killed 35-year-old William Esters, the suspect's uncle, also 31-year-old Joshua Nance, his brother who was bedridden.
Sometimes shootings and other crimes like the ones we're covering today raise more questions than they do answers. That is no more true than in the case of 23-year-old Romeo Nance, who killed 9 people as part of a seemingly premeditated spree on January 21st, 2024. For reasons that law enforcement officials are still unable to ascertain, it became clear that all but one of Nance's victims was related to him. These included Nance's mother and uncle.
Is this news reporter wearing a Gucci hat?
Finally, the suspect's 3 sisters, 20-year-old Alexandria Nance, 16-year-old Alana Nance, and 14-year-old Angel Nance, all shot to death.
We can't get inside his head. We just don't have any clue as to why he did what he did.
Fitting into a common pattern for incidents such as these, the perpetrator took his own life the day after when approached by police officers. John Hanson, Nance's alleged accomplice, was arrested on 3 counts of murder among other charges that May.
We do believe that the shootings at the 2200 block were the original shootings, and then the 2 random shootings took place shortly thereafter.
Appalachia High School.
He got on the bus with a backpack, and we believe he had concealed the firearm in the backpack. We know that he concealed it with some sort of something that he had wrapped around it, as if it was a project, a school project, if you will. He had obviously stored magazines and rounds in that backpack with it as well.
The sheer horror of the fact.
When I went to school, bro, they had metal detectors from like the 2nd year I was in high school all the way till the 4th. I swear on my life, bro, metal detectors that checked you all the way up and down. The only thing you could get into school with was maybe a vape. Bro, I'm so serious, bro. This shit is wild. You couldn't get, I mean, we had one problem with one gun in our school, and it was just lockup after that, bro. It was wraps. We couldn't do nothing.
Of this September 2024 school shooting are disturbing enough on their own. In just 6 minutes, 14-year-old freshman Colt Gray killed 4 at the Winder, Georgia High School.
Damn.
9 more were injured.
We know that he entered a bathroom, and he stayed in the bathroom for
He took his
several
backpack
minutes.
with him?
Which is not unusual for a student to do. If you go up front, class were not far off from changing at that point.
The details that emerged in the wake of the shooting were nearly just as disturbing. Not only did Gray have a documented history of making violent threats online, he also had a preternatural obsession with other mass shooters. But his father, Colin Gray, was accused of having purchased the murder weapon for his son as a Christmas gift. Both Grays faced criminal charges. 4 counts of felony murder for Colt and 2 counts of second-degree murder for Colin, among others.
And that question has been asked. Why didn't they shoot him? When he committed to putting the gun down and laying out in a prone position as he was told to do so, that threat ends, we put him in handcuffs, and the threat's over at that point.
Lakewood Church.
I say if he's not threatening the cops and they shoot him, that's injustice. So he's still going to get away with that. The cops are still going to get sued from their family. He has to still arrest the guy in the right way. You feel me?
The shots rang out just minutes before the Spanish language service was set to begin at Lakewood. You can hear people in the video saying, calm down, in an effort to avoid further chaos as people run for cover. We also got another video that shows people running out of the service and police officers running towards the direction of gunfire.
It is abundantly clear that no locations are safe from mass attacks. That was made apparent on February 11th, 2024, when 36-year-old Genesee Moreno opened fire on the non-denominational Lakewood megachurch in Houston, Texas.
Bro, why all these
after
churches?
A confrontation with 2 off-duty police officers who fired on Moreno after she took aim at them with an AR-15.
3 independent sources confirmed to KHOU's investigative reporter.
This lady right here
Rogowski
opened fire on them with an AR-15.
Is 36-year-old Hennessy Yvonne Moreno. Moreno also went by Jeffrey Escalante in the past. She has previous arrests for several crimes, including unlawful carrying a weapon.
Although no one else died as a result of Moreno's actions, her 7-year-old son required emergency surgery to remove part of his brain's frontal lobe after being struck by a stray bullet.
Damn.
The deceased was mistakenly identified as a transgender woman.
This is why you don't act crazy around your kids, bro. Bro, your kid got shot, and you know damn well you didn't mean to shoot your kid, bro. You know damn well she didn't mean to, but it still fucking happened. Don't be stupid.
And by right-wing commentators after it was revealed that she had previously employed the alias Jeffrey Escalante, thus serving as an unwitting participant in the ongoing culture war.
We do have reports she used multiple aliases, including Jeffrey Escalante. So she has utilized both male and female.
They got a sign language interpreter right beside him.
Female names, but through all of our investigation to this point, talking with individuals, interviews, documents, Houston Police Department reports, she has been identified this entire time as female, she, her.
East Lansdowne, Pennsylvania.
We continue to follow the latest developments from East Lansdowne. The Delaware County District Attorney confirmed the remains of 3 people have been recovered from the burned out home following the shootings and fire yesterday afternoon. 3 more are still missing. Earlier, the
3 bodies were found in this house right here that was on fire and got collapsed, or collapsed under fire.
DA said he believed the 6 missing people were presumed dead.
Another case in which the deaths of those involved have precluded proper closure. Con Van Lee took the lives of his nieces, brother, and sister-in-law before claiming his own in a brutal...
Yo, is that house on fire or what, bruh? Holy snap.
...firefight with responding officers. After those officers had arrived on the scene, they were also forced to contend with a raging house fire that they suspected Lee was responsible for.
Did she tell you how they got out?
No, we don't know. Suddenly it happened so fast, okay? Nobody know what happening. Nobody know what happening. Suddenly he upset and he used a gun.
Seemingly incited by an argument between Lee and one of his nieces, the shooter's mother revealed that she had no knowledge of her son's gun ownership and that she didn't believe him to be mentally ill. As such, it's unlikely that the surviving members of the family will be able to answer their many questions.
And Lee also told me that the family moved here from Vietnam over 40 years ago and has been here in East Lansdowne ever since. She also says her son, Con Lee, was 44 years old, recently divorced and out of work. She also says he had no history of mental illness.
The Kansas City Parade.
A mass shooting at the Kansas City Super Bowl victory parade has left 1 person dead and nearly 24 people with gunshots.
At the parade?
As we've seen on our list today, revelry
these are
and
wild.
celebration can quickly turn into panic, fear, and chaos. In this case, the setting was a Super Bowl victory parade for the victorious Kansas City Chiefs football team.
A Super Bowl victory parade got shot up. Oh, hell no, I need to hear this one.
Having triumphed over the San Francisco 49ers. Shots rang out in the middle of the
afternoon
in a crowd estimated to consist of 1 million participants, no less.
We just heard this big, loud bang, and everyone was just told to get down on the ground and get close, so I grabbed my son and we got close to the fence.
Ultimately, 23 people were shot, with one of them, local radio DJ Lisa Lopez Galvan, dying at the scene. 2 juvenile suspects were charged, and that March, 3 adults also faced charges. The source of the shooting appeared to result from an interpersonal dispute between those involved, as explained by the Kansas City Chief of Police.
We have had 12 patients that we have treated, 11 of which are children with 9 gunshot wounds. None of those patients, all of those patients we expect to have a full recovery.
The death of Laken Riley.
The murder case that became a flashpoint in the debate over immigration and border security in this country. A migrant in this country illegally, now on trial in the death of 22-year-old Georgia nursing student Laken Riley, and what the prosecution revealed today.
It is undeniable that the end of 22-year-old Augusta University nursing student Laken Riley is the stuff of nightmares. While jogging on the University of Georgia campus in Athens, Georgia, Riley was murdered by undocumented immigrant Jose Antonio Ibarra of Venezuela. While Ibarra was found guilty of all 10 charges against him and sentenced to life in prison without parole, Riley's killing sparked a conservative media firestorm that criticized President Joe Biden for his handling of illegal immigration and the Mexico-U.S. border. Subsequently, January 7, 2025 saw the passing of the Congressional Laken Riley Act, which would mandate such immigrants detained by the federal government if convicted of certain crimes.
Yo, I'm about to... Your boy's gonna have to pay for YouTube Premium after all this, bro. Like, Jesus. Let me skip the ad, bro. Oh, double ad, bro. They double whammy me. No skipper. No, that's wild, bro.
Passed the House 216 to 48. You're taking a look at the breakdown of all of Georgia's 14 representatives and how they voted. You can see this vote is split down party lines, except for Democratic Representative Lucy McBath, who voted with Republicans in support of the legislation.
The first assassination attempt against President Trump.
That's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And
2024 was, to put it lightly, an election year to remember. Not only did incumbent Joe Biden drop out of the presidential race after the primaries, leaving Vice President Kamala Harris to hold the bag, but then former President Donald J. Trump was the target of not one, but two separate assassination attempts.
Yeah, he got shot at here, and then he got shot out at his golf course also, or he was about to be. I don't know if that guy got a shot off at the golf course, actually.
While the second didn't end up firing a shot, 20-year-old Thomas Crooks successfully clipped Trump's ear before being killed seconds later by the Secret Service. While the attempt was scary in itself, even more troubling is how little information exists about Crooks's decision to kill Trump. Any evidence that does exist has been found to be contradictory and largely unhelpful in understanding Crooks's psyche and motive.
Based on the way he dressed, I mean, you know how kids are nowadays. If you don't fit in with the clique, they're gonna come after you, and that's kind of like how he was. Like, he would sit by himself, play games on his computer.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our if you're on your the death of Debrina Kawam.
The man accused of setting a woman on fire on a subway train faced a judge in a
Yo, what did I just hear?
Brooklyn criminal.
Debrina Kawam.
The man accused of setting a woman on fire on a subway train faced a judge in a Brooklyn criminal court today. After a grand jury indicted him on multiple counts, including murder and arson.
Occurring just ahead of the new year, this December 22nd killing is tragically notable. Not just for the location in which it took place, but for the disturbing manner in which it was carried out. While sleeping on the F train of the New York City subway, 57-year-old Debrina Kawam was set on fire by undocumented Guatemalan immigrant Sebastian Zapeta Calles.
She was sleeping.
So the family is going through a tough time. They are not known to be in the public eye. They don't like to be in the public eye.
She was loved. She was not by herself. Even in that moment, she may have looked by herself. But there is a family who mourned her loss, who loved her.
Kawam died instantly from her injuries.
That is
Zapeta
wild.
Khalil was arrested at Herald Square Station. The perpetrator claimed that he had no memory of the event as a result of heavy alcohol consumption.
Bro, you don't remember setting somebody on fire on a train because of alcohol? We need to rethink our life decision, bro. What?
Kawam's murder brought about renewed attention to issues of safety and security aboard mass transit in New York.
If convicted, Zapeta faces the possibility of life behind bars without parole. The next court date here is set for March 12th. In Brooklyn, Natalie Duddridge, CBS News, New York.
If you are in the United States and need someone to talk to, don't hesitate to contact the National.
That's going to be it for this Mojo video. Go subscribe to them. That was a good video. Catch y'all in the next one.